Alrighty guys, it is Qaaman here today, and I'm bringing you another Q&A, and as I promised every single week, I'm going to answer all of your questions. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. So the first question comes in from Goodnight Moon, and he wants to know, when will you do karaoke rap? Well, I'm not really much of a rapper, and I don't really like karaoke, so I'd probably say never is probably a good estimation. Geekdom wants to know, what are some good things inside Dragon Ball GT? He's just being silly. Okay, Super versus movie Beerus, which one is better? I mean, I'm probably gonna have to go with the movie version because, I mean, he seemed significantly more evil in the movie version. And, I mean, considering this is a guy that was going to wipe out the entire existence of the planet Earth within just, you know, and obviously because the movie condensed it, it actually made it significantly more, I guess you could say, reasonable and a lot more tense. So I'm going to have to go with movie Beerus. He also had more personality too. Ironically, a movie version of Beerus actually had more personality than the actual Dragon Ball Super Edition. Not to say the Dragon Ball Super Edition was complete trash, but I prefer movie Beerus. The blue-haired Super Saiyan, and shout out to the blue-haired Super Saiyan. He did a parody video of like the top 7 hottest Dragon Ball women or something like that. This guy is awesome, so check him out. Okay, he's just having a conversation there. Do you think if Gohan regained his mystic power and went into Whis' staff, he could learn how to use God Ki faster than Vegeta? Very good question. I think if, well, the thing is, Gohan's mystic power at this point is kind of like dormant, because Vegeta kind of implied that Gohan could still possibly bring it out when he said that he still has all that latent power. It's just he wasn't training, so he couldn't really maximize his energy while being in his base form the way he could before. So if you're thinking about it like that, could he use God Ki faster than Vegeta? I'd say no, because it would take him a lot more training. And at this point, Gohan wouldn't have had as much knowledge of mastering and utilizing the God Ki in that cloudy dimension the way Vegeta and Goku did. So I'd say it would take him a longer time, actually. What if Piccolo killed Android 20 before he could activate 17 and 18? Well, I mean, I could consider doing a topic on that, but I feel like it's a bit too straightforward because, I mean, if he kills him, then Vegeta would probably be pissed that, you know, there's no real challenge, but I'm sure he wouldn't make an aggressive move about it. He'd just be angry. And then the android threat's basically eliminated, you know, and then Cell eventually is going to come, you know, at some point, and then he's just going to try to absorb. Well, I mean, are you saying if he destroyed both androids, then in this case, Piccolo probably wouldn't have allowed, you know, Gero. Well, okay, if Piccolo destroys Dr. Gero, then that means 17 and 18 are not going to be activated, but does that mean Cell could go to Dr. Gero's lab and then activate them and then absorb them? That's kind of a tough question, and to be honest with you, I don't think that would work because Cell would probably be weaker than those androids. I think you've given me a what-if scenario, Tyler Went. Okay, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4 Broly versus Golden Kid Buu. That's a very interesting question. I'm probably gonna have to go with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, because if you're adding Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan along with Super Saiyan 4, I mean, I don't think Kid Buu could stand a chance against that. That's like 2 complete maximizes of power all in one. So I'm probably gonna have to go with this one, the blue-haired Super Saiyan. What other battle animes do you recommend besides Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho? Well, I mean, I'm kind of an old schooler. I grew up a lot on Adult Swim, so I'm probably going to have to go with Inuyasha was also pretty good. Trigun was good. Let's see, One Punch Man is great. I'm still watching it right now. What else is there? Those are like the ones that come to my mind, and I've also seen a good bit of Naruto. Also, Rave Master's awesome. Rave Master's one of those old shows. If you guys remember, Rave Master used to come on right before Toonami. Put hashtag Rave Master Nostalgia in the comment section. Yeah, hashtag Rave Master Nostalgia in the comment section if you remember that show, because I'm one of the few people who remembers Rave Master. It seems like nobody remembers that show. Okay, Dragon Ball Z Super and Dragon Ball Z GT. Okay. Let's see. How would a fused version of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta fare against Beerus? This might be my featured question, Danny Ray. You're basically asking me, I'm probably going to have to retitle it a bit. You're asking, how would a fused Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta fare against Beerus? I'm probably going to have to say that, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta against Beerus would have almost no problem with him because you gotta remember something. I know Dragon Ball's power scaling is kind of weird, but, it's... Okay, if Goku fought a 70% Beerus, right? Then we have to assume that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku... And this is assuming Beerus was legitimately using 70%. That means that when Goku fought Golden Frieza has to be in between Beerus and around Goku's power, because it did seem like Golden Frieza was strong. Golden Frieza was stronger than Goku, but Goku obviously found his weakness, similar to what happened on Namek, where Frieza was using so much energy he didn't have a lot of control over, and then he basically utilized that to his advantage. So, if you're looking at the fact that Golden Frieza would be in between those two in power, that's saying that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku's probably like 80% of Beerus, probably, and Frieza's probably like 85-90%. I know the scaling's weird because it seems like they're so close, but I have to use scaling for some reason. So, if Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku is 80%, just hypothetically speaking, that would mean that if he fused with Vegeta, literally all they would need is a 2x multiplier, which it's very clear from looking at the fusions, especially Goten and Trunks, that a 2x multiplier is significantly minor compared to what the fusion actually gives you, considering the fact that, Goten and Trunks, let's assume, for all sakes and purposes, even if you disagree, for all sakes and purposes, let's assume Goten and Trunks were the same power level as Frieza on Namek. Well, twice Frieza's power level on Namek wouldn't even be close to what Goku was when Goku fought Cell, which means that Goten and Trunks by default have to get a significantly more than the 2x boost. So with that said, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta would mop the floor with Beerus. That's my opinion. This is definitely going to be my future question because I spent so much time answering it. John wants to know, I hope I'm not late, but what if Bulma was as strong as Vegeta and Chi-Chi was as strong as Goku? I mean, they're not really fighter. Well, okay, Chi-Chi's a fighter. Bulma's not really a fighter, so I don't know what she would really do with her power. If Chi-Chi was as strong as Goku, I guess she'd have more of a say on how the way they raise Goten, but it really wouldn't make a difference because she has a say anyway. So the only real difference I could see with Chi-Chi being as strong as Goku is the fact that Goten would have been astronomically more powerful, when, he trained with Chi-Chi, and if Chi-Chi was as strong as Goku, she probably would have been involved in some of the conflicts. If she's that strong, why wouldn't she fight, Alright, and the last question I'll take these last two. Who do you think does a better version of Dragon Ball Z comedy, Team 4-Star or Super Saiyan 9K? I really haven't seen much of Super Saiyan 9K. I think I've seen 1 or 2 videos, but by default, because of how many videos they have, I'm going to have to go with Team 4-Star just because of the fact that I've seen more. I have to watch more of his videos. And Geek10 9000, I don't know if he's teasing Geekdom. If you had to give Dragon Ball Super a score as a whole so far, what would it be? Well, it depends on what scale. On a 5-point scale, I'd give it a 3. On a 10-point scale, I'd give it a 6, 6.5. Yeah, it's not a garbage series, but it's definitely not as good as Ball Z or even GT. Yes, guys, I said it. I don't think Super's better than GT right now. And the reason why I'm saying this is you can't, no matter what you do in a series, you can't tell somebody that they can ignore the first 20-something episodes of a series and then just get to the good stuff. A series doesn't work that way. You can't ignore 7 months worth of episodes. So that does it for my Twitter portion of my Askfm, and I'm going to be back in 1 second to answer my Askfm questions. Alrighty, so back to my Askfm portion. The first question is, Mystic Gohan versus Super Buu. After Goku and Vegeta rescued Mr. Buu, Gohan, Trunks, Goten, and Piccolo. Well, I'm gonna have to go with Mystic Gohan because you're basically saying Mystic Gohan versus Super Buu after, they basically took everybody out of him. So if they took everybody out of him, he would resort back to the regular Buu form. Am I misunderstanding this question? Because when Gohan fought Super Buu, originally he was mopping the floor with him. So if this is after Goku and Vegeta rescued everybody and took him out, he would go back to that same form. If I'm misunderstanding this question in the comment section, guys, please say so, because I think I'm interpreting this right. If so, Mr. Gohan would mop the floor with him. Even Goku stated too that Mr. Gohan could beat Buu Ikalo, which is, basically the form after the fusion diffuse. So even in that case, Gohan would still win. Do you think Trunks and Goten already mastered Super Saiyan 1? Well, what exactly do you mean by mastering? Do you mean, did they make it natural the way Gohan, Goku, and arguably Vegeta and Trunks did after the time chamber? Because, it's implied Vegeta and Trunks might have done it, in the future afterwards. I don't think so. I think they could just turn Super Saiyan easily, but I don't think that necessarily means they mastered it, because what Goku and Gohan did specifically is they try to make Super Saiyan like a natural form, so that when they actually powered up, like, it didn't sap their energy as much. And in that case, I don't think Goten and Trunks would have had the discipline or the knowledge of how to do that, so I'm going to have to say no. If two different genders fuse Potara or Fusion Dance, what gender would the hybrid be? Blackenfist actually recently answered this question too in one of his Q&As. It seems like the way the Potara works is, well, specifically talking about the Potara, it takes on the more dominant, personality or form. So for example, when, Supreme Kai and Kibito fused, Kibito Kai was more like Supreme Kai, and when Elder Kai fused with the Witch, he was a male, and he got into his elder form. So with that said, with the Potara fusion, I think it's going to take on the more dominant form. With the fusion dance, that's a completely different question, because you're literally saying it's completely equal. I have no idea what would happen for the fusion dance. My guess for the fusion dance would just be that they would be a hermaphrodite. Why didn't you dodge? Because I don't know, Legacy of Goku's tough. I mean, I recently uploaded a Legacy of Goku playthrough, so that's the only thing that could relate to this. George Washington versus Abraham Lincoln at tennis. Wow. Well, I'm going to have to give the edge to George Washington. I mean, actually, no, I'm going to have to give the edge to Abraham Lincoln, because Abraham Lincoln is taller, and he could probably use that to his advantage. He could probably hit at certain angles that can make it really difficult for George Washington. So I'm going to have to give the advantage to Abe. Who is more evil, you or Blackenfist? Well, I'm not evil. I mean... I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm not evil. Blackenfist is not evil. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're both pretty good guys, so I don't think either of us is more evil. Water can't stop lava. Very interesting. Hey Qaaman, what do you think about Expert Games growing faster than you and the rest of the Dragon Ball YouTubers? He's the best channel and will surpass all of you soon. Your channel sucks and it is declining. No one watches your videos anymore. You're a shell of what you used to be. Unsubscribed. Oh, well, that was some very friendly comments there. Listen, guys, I'm friends with Expert Games, like, we're friends. I was the first Dragon Ball YouTuber who ever talked to him, so if you're trying to make me look bad and trying to make me look like I care, you're talking to the wrong guy, because Joe's my friend, and if he's succeeding on YouTube, I want him to. I mean, he's my friend. We're all in this together, we're all Dragon Ball YouTubers together. So pretty much most of the Dragon Ball YouTubing community gets along pretty well, so I have no problem with Expert Games going faster than me. And you know what? In many ways, I think he does have the best channel. I mean, he grew faster than me and Rhymestyle did. I have no problem with that. I mean, obviously, people like his content for a reason, and he provides great content. I do think, in many ways, he is the best Dragon Ball YouTuber. I mean, his interest. I mean, considering the fact that he started up, making Dragon Ball videos when the market was already competitive, and he's growing faster than anybody else. It's a testament to show you how great his content is, and I really appreciate Expert Games. If you think my channel sucks and it's declining, that's up to you. Obviously, my views and my growth isn't what it used to be, and many of the reasons is because I went for stretches without uploading a lot of videos, and I put that on myself. Now, I'm 99.999999999% sure that every single Dragon Ball YouTuber every single Dragon Ball YouTuber, if they were put in my situation with all the personal stuff that I dealt with over the last few months, I'm 100% sure that all of them would not be able to upload frequently. I don't care which Dragon Ball YouTuber you name, whether it be Geekdom, Blackenfist, none of them would have uploaded frequently if they went through the stuff I went through. But you know what? I'm not making an excuse for myself. I'm not doing anything to hurt my channel. I'm just going to come back and I'm going to try to push some energy and, you know, get my channel back on track. And if for those of you who haven't seen, I recently made a what if segment. So if you think I'm a shell of what I used to be, that's fine. In the comment section below, if you guys, you know, want to share your thoughts on what do you think about the direction of my channel, feel free. I know I have fans who will watch my channel, and you know what, even if it slows down a bit, I'm satisfied with where I am on YouTube, and I'm excited to get even better. If a Saiyan learned Tien Shenhan's technique and split into 5, and 5 of them give their powers, would he turn Super Saiyan God? For example, Gohan, if he split into 5 Tien's techniques and all of them gave them tier powers, would they become Super Saiyan God? No, because, I mean, it was implied that they were talking about you need 5 different pure-hearted Saiyans. So, I mean, you can't just use one Saiyan and just split it up. It's not the same soul. You're just like duplicating the same person over and over again. So that wouldn't work, bro. Alright, well, this guy wanted to ask the question again, and I'll take 2 more. Since there's a timeline where Trunks killed the androids and one where Goku survived and Gohan killed Cell, would that be the same universe, and would that mean there would be 2 Beeruses? Yes, there would technically be 2 Beeruses because Beerus would exist in the 2 timelines. Yes, there would be, but that has nothing to do with a different universe. Beerus would be in a different timeline, and I already explained before. I think I just have to make a video on this. There's a difference between a universe and a timeline, and I'll go more into this video in the future because I just think it's just going to make more sense to explain this in the video. But there's extremely overwhelming evidence to support that a universe is not a timeline. And last question but not least, what if you gathered the Dragon Balls when they were at their stone state and put them in a room of spirit and time? Would they turn to Dragon Balls in a day? I've never thought about that. I mean, I don't think so, because I would still think that the same rules would apply to the Dragon Balls. It's not like it's okay. Well, are you saying if you put them in the time chamber and then bring them out, would they change? I don't think so, because I think the balls would still be at their own continuity. And let me explain to you why. Goku and Vegeta go into the hyperbolic time chamber. They get super strong in a certain period of time. For Goku and Vegeta, you know, time passed the same exact way that it did on the outside, but just slower. So I would think that if the Dragon Balls went into the time chamber, they would just move at the same pace. Now, for the people on the outside, it might be different, but for the Dragon Balls, it would be the same. And with Dragon Ball Super out, why are we still calling them the Z Warriors? Shouldn't we change it to the S Warriors now? Honestly, I think that's just a funny question. I guess they should technically call them S Warriors because they are Super Warriors, but I guess it's been so canned by the whole Funimation dub that it would probably never change. So guys, that's been my video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy my Askfm portion, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I'll be back next week. So please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.